You're running a business, social media feels overwhelming, but you still want to show up, build trust, and drive sales. This is a simple plan that helps you create months of content in a single sitting and schedule it all in advance. This is not everything that you can do on social media, but it is more than 95% of businesses are doing, and that's why it works. Here's why most social media plans never work. Reactive posting equals burnout. You're not going to come up with something every single day to be able to post, and your business is going to get in the way because you have a business to run. The posts need to be planned in advance, not something that you come up with on a daily basis. If you don't have a system, you don't have consistency. Many social media marketers focus on trends to be able to get more likes and eyeballs rather than focusing on customers, the people that actually want to spend money with your business. Far too much energy from social media marketing is spent on engagement metrics on the platform rather than metrics that are actually important to your business, driving leads, revenue, and sale. Most small businesses quit social media because they're trying to do too much, too often, and with no strategy. We're going to fix that right now. Let's start with the website that you already have. You've got products and services listed on that website. You may even have a frequently asked questions section that has information your customers are already looking for. Start with those pages and create content that brings people from your social media accounts over to your website where they can learn more. Think of it this way. Your website is where the decisions actually happen, and social media is just where you post the invitation. Next, let's talk about the core framework that is the OptSus 3-month content queue. You want to consider all of the interactions that your business has had in customer service, sales, anytime that you're interacting with somebody that's asking questions about your business, your products and services. Put together a list of those most frequently asked questions. We're going to need 13 of those frequently asked questions to start this queue of content for the first quarter. Now, all you have to do is write one article that answers each of those 13 questions. You know your customers are already asking. They're asking your team. They're wanting to know more about your business. And they're probably asking your good friend Google the same questions. So create those articles answering those questions and put that content onto your website. Once it's published on your website, you can start creating social media posts that point back to those articles addressing those frequently asked questions. If you just write 10 social media posts related to each of those 13 articles, you'll have a list of 130 social media posts. That is more than enough to publish one every day for 3 months and still have some left over. If you want a detailed breakdown of this, we've written a whole series of articles. You can go and search Google to find all of those. Go to Google and search for OptSus 3-month content queue, and you'll find the whole series. We break down all the things that we use to be able to make this as seamless as possible. I've laid out the broad steps here in this video. In those articles, we tell you specific tools to use, how to leverage large language models like ChatGPT and other AI tools to be able to make this as fast as possible to get this job done. We also show you how to schedule that social media content and the tools that we use to schedule the blog posts, so that way we can get this scheduled and then turn our attention back to running the business for the next 3 months. The key here is batch processing for consistency. Rather than trying to just write one social media post, sit down and write a list of 30 of them. That only takes a few extra minutes, and you've got an entire month done. Once you're in the flow, spend just a little bit longer, expand that list to 100, and there's your 3-month content queue for social media posts. Batching turns marketing from a chore into a system. Doing this one time allows your business to show up consistently for months. To get you started, here's some ideas for social media posts that you can pull from each of your articles. Start with 2 to 3 quotes from the longer form content. Perhaps you can identify 2 to 3 tips or lessons that are of particular importance from that longer form content that can become social media posts while pointing back to the long form content. Also consider 1 to 2 questions that you could ask the audience. Things that phrase the topic in an interesting way, grab their attention, and get them interested in clicking that link to come over and read the answer in your longer form content on the website. Perhaps you can develop a behind the scenes story that grabs somebody's attention and brings them back over to the website for the longer form content. You do not need to create new ideas every single day. A lot of the content that you already have on your website, nobody's ever seen, nobody's ever heard of, and you need to draw attention to what you've already created. Creating social media posts that point people back to your website leverages the effort that you already put into the content that's on your website. Next, after you've exhausted those frequently asked questions from your customers, I want to introduce you to the concept of the hero's journey. This is a way that you can tell stories about the problems that you help your customers solve every day. The story format goes like this. There's a problem, then there's a search for a solution, there's some guidance that's provided, and then there's a result of winning the day. This is the typical hero's journey story. The biggest mistake that most small businesses make is they think that they are the hero. And this is actually a story about your customer. Your customer is the hero, and you are the helpful shopkeeper that they meet along the way that helps them to find the solution to their problem. You do not solve the problem for them, but you provide help and guidance through your products and services that help your customers to win the day and show up as the hero. Keep in mind, you are the friendly guide and your customer is the hero. These stories are a great way to build trust, and they can easily be sliced into social content that you can publish to bring people back to your website. This also allows your readers to see themselves in the story as the hero facing the same problem and trying to win the day and connecting that desire with the products and services that are offered by your business. Keep in mind that if you've helped even one person, even if your business is very new, you have a story that you're able to share, and you probably have multiple different ways that you can present that story in order to create content for your website and engage with more people that you can help solve problems and tell more stories. Here's why this is so important. Most small businesses don't publish anything on their website or social media channels with any regularity. As a result, it looks like they're closed. If your business publishes regularly, you show up, you look alive, you look like your business is open, trustworthy, and actually serving customers. This is foundational, and social media works when you show up consistently. I want to be very clear. This is not about going viral. The content that I'm describing here is not the kind of thing that is usually going to get viral attention. It is about showing up when your customers have problems, so that way you are presenting solutions to help them solve those problems. That's what your business is here to do. If your website doesn't have content to share on social media, that's not a social media problem, that's a business clarity problem. You need to start developing content to publish on your website, and I've given you a couple of examples here using frequently asked questions and sharing stories of work that you've done with clients using the hero's journey. Let me put it this way. If you don't have anything interesting to say about your business, why would you expect your business to show up in the search results? This 3-month content queue is part of a larger strategy that we call the OSM Flywheel. This all starts with building your OSM foundation. To get started, you can search for OptSus 3-month content queue and read over the full process already published online, freely available to you. If you would like more marketing tips delivered free to your inbox so you can grow your business online, I invite you to subscribe to Grow with OptSus by visiting OptSus.com. That's OptSus.com. As I'm sure that you are well aware on this and many other platforms, if you'd like to keep up with the latest videos that we have published, I invite you to like and subscribe here. And I would love to have a look at the content that you create using this method. Please share a link in the comments below pointing to any of the content that you've created on your website and or your social media channels so we can take a look at what you've done with this 3-month content queue.